Welcome. Today, we're diving into the concept of a civic system. You might have heard the term before, but what does it really mean? A civic system refers to the organized structure and processes that allow a community or society to function smoothly. It encompasses the rules, institutions, and practices that guide how people interact, make decisions, and solve problems together. Civic systems are the backbone of any organized society, providing the framework for governance, participation, and public services. Understanding civic systems helps us appreciate the roles we play as citizens and the importance of our collective responsibilities. Let's explore how these systems shape our daily lives and communities. A civic system is essentially the set of institutions, laws, and practices that organize public life. Think of it as the operating system for a community or nation. It includes everything from local governments and public agencies to the legal frameworks that define our rights and responsibilities. Civic systems are designed to ensure order, promote justice, and facilitate cooperation among citizens. They help manage resources, resolve conflicts, and provide essential services like education, transportation, and public safety. By understanding the definition of a civic system, we can better grasp how our societies are structured and why certain rules and institutions exist. Civic systems are made up of several key components. First, there are the institutions, such as city councils, courts, and public schools, that carry out the functions of governance. Next, we have the laws and regulations that set the rules for behavior and decision-making. Civic systems also include processes for participation, like voting in public forums, which allow citizens to have a voice in how their community is run. Finally, there are the services provided to the public, from waste management to emergency response. Each of these components works together to create a functioning and responsive civic system. Institutions are the building blocks of any civic system. They include government bodies like city councils, legislative assemblies, and executive offices. Institutions also cover public agencies such as police departments, fire services, and public health organizations. These entities are responsible for implementing laws, delivering services, and ensuring the well-being of the community. By establishing clear roles and responsibilities, institutions help maintain order and provide stability. They also create opportunities for citizens to engage with their government, whether through public meetings, service requests, or community initiatives. Laws and regulations form the foundation of a civic system. They set the standards for acceptable behavior, outline the rights and duties of citizens, and provide mechanisms for resolving disputes. Laws can be created at various levels, from local ordinances to national constitutions. Regulations help ensure that public services are delivered fairly and efficiently. By establishing clear rules, civic systems promote justice and protect the interests of all members of society. Understanding the legal framework is essential for participating effectively in civic life and advocating for positive change. Citizen participation is a vital part of any civic system. It refers to the ways in which individuals engage with their community and government. This can include voting in elections, attending public meetings, volunteering, or joining local organizations. Participation ensures that diverse voices are heard and that decisions reflect the needs and values of the community. Civic systems often provide formal channels for involvement, such as advisory boards or public comment periods. By participating, citizens help shape policies, hold leaders accountable, and strengthen the fabric of society. Public services are the practical side of a civic system. These are the programs and resources provided by government and public agencies to meet the needs of the community. Examples include education, healthcare, transportation, sanitation, and emergency response. Public services are funded through taxes and managed by various institutions. They play a crucial role in ensuring quality of life, promoting equity, and supporting economic development. Access to reliable public services is a key indicator of a healthy civic system and a well-functioning society. Civic systems operate at multiple levels, from local neighborhoods to entire nations. At the local level, city councils and municipal agencies address issues like zoning, public safety, and local infrastructure. Regional or state governments handle broader concerns, such as transportation networks and environmental protection. At the national level, federal institutions set policies that affect the entire country. Each level has its own responsibilities and powers, but they often work together to address complex challenges. Understanding these levels helps citizens know where to turn for specific issues and how to get involved. Local civic systems are closest to the people. They include city councils, mayors, and municipal agencies that manage day-to-day services like trash collection, road maintenance, and local policing. Local governments are often the first point of contact for citizens seeking assistance or voicing concerns. They play a vital role in fostering community engagement and addressing issues that directly impact residents. By participating in local civic systems, individuals can have a tangible impact on their neighborhoods and improve the quality of life for everyone. Regional and state civic systems cover larger geographic areas and address issues that go beyond local boundaries. State governments, for example, oversee education standards, transportation infrastructure, and public health policies. They coordinate with local governments to implement programs and respond to emergencies. Regional agencies may manage resources like water or air quality that affect multiple communities. By understanding the role of regional and state systems, citizens can better navigate the layers of governance and advocate for policies that benefit their region. National civic systems set the overarching policies and laws that guide an entire country. These systems include federal governments, national legislatures, and Supreme Courts. They are responsible for issues like defense, foreign policy, and national economic regulation. National systems also establish the legal framework within which local and regional governments operate. By participating in national elections and staying informed about federal policies, citizens can influence the direction of their country and ensure that their voices are heard at the highest levels. Leadership is a crucial element of any civic system. Leaders, whether elected or appointed, are responsible for making decisions, setting priorities, and representing the interests of the community. Effective leaders listen to their constituents, communicate transparently, and build consensus around important issues. They also ensure that institutions operate efficiently and that public resources are used responsibly. Good leadership fosters trust, encourages participation, and helps guide communities through challenges and opportunities. Accountability ensures that leaders and institutions act in the best interests of the public. Civic systems include checks and balances, transparency measures, and oversight mechanisms to prevent abuse of power. Citizens play a key role by monitoring government actions, reporting concerns, and participating in oversight processes. Accountability builds trust in the system and encourages continuous improvement. When leaders and institutions are held accountable, communities are more likely to thrive and achieve their goals. Every member of a civic system has both rights and responsibilities. Rights include freedoms like speech, assembly, and due process, which are protected by law. Responsibilities involve obeying laws, paying taxes, serving on juries, and participating in civic life. By balancing rights and responsibilities, civic systems create fair and just societies where everyone has a stake in the community's success. Understanding your rights and fulfilling your responsibilities is essential for maintaining a healthy civic system. Civic engagement goes beyond voting. It includes all the ways people get involved in their communities, from volunteering and attending meetings to organizing events and advocating for change. Engaged citizens help identify problems, develop solutions, and build stronger, more resilient communities. Civic systems thrive when people are active participants, working together to address challenges and seize opportunities. By engaging with your civic system, you can make a real difference in the lives of those around you. Civic education teaches people about their rights, responsibilities, and the workings of civic systems. It helps individuals understand how government functions, how laws are made, and how to participate effectively. Civic education is often taught in schools, but it can also happen through community programs and public campaigns. An informed citizenry is essential for a healthy democracy and effective civic system. By learning about civic systems, people are better equipped to make decisions, solve problems, and contribute to their communities. In democratic societies, civic systems are designed to reflect the will of the people. They provide mechanisms for free and fair elections, protect individual rights, and ensure that leaders are accountable to the public. Democracy relies on active participation, open debate, and respect for the rule of law. Civic systems and democracies are constantly evolving to meet the needs of diverse populations and changing circumstances. By participating in democratic processes, citizens help shape the future of their society. Not all civic systems are democratic. In some societies, power is concentrated in the hands of a few, and participation may be limited. These systems may rely on different forms of governance, such as monarchies, authoritarian regimes, or single-party states. While the structure of civic systems can vary widely, they all serve the purpose of organizing public life and providing essential services. Understanding the differences between civic systems helps us appreciate the value of participation and the importance of protecting rights and freedoms. Civic systems are not static. They evolve over time in response to social, economic, and technological changes. New challenges, such as climate change or digital transformation, require civic systems to adapt and innovate. Reforms may be introduced to improve efficiency, increase transparency, or expand participation. Civic systems also evolve through the actions of citizens who advocate for change and hold leaders accountable. By understanding how civic systems change, we can better anticipate future needs and opportunities. Technology is transforming civic systems in profound ways. Digital tools make it easier for people to access information, participate in decision-making, and hold leaders accountable. Online platforms enable virtual town halls, e-voting, and real-time feedback on public services. Technology also helps governments deliver services more efficiently and transparently. However, it introduces new challenges, such as cybersecurity risks and digital divides. By embracing technology, civic systems can become more responsive and inclusive, but they must also address the risks and ensure equal access for all. Civic systems face a range of challenges, from political polarization and declining trust, to resource constraints and rapid social change. Corruption, inequality, and lack of transparency can undermine the effectiveness of civic systems. Addressing these challenges requires strong leadership, active citizen engagement, and ongoing reforms. By recognizing and confronting these issues, communities can strengthen their civic systems and build a more just and resilient society. Trust is the foundation of any effective civic system. When people trust their leaders and institutions, they are more likely to participate, follow laws, and support public initiatives. Building trust requires transparency, accountability, and consistent communication. Leaders must demonstrate integrity and responsiveness, while citizens should engage constructively and hold officials accountable. By fostering a culture of trust, civic systems can overcome challenges and achieve shared goals. A key goal of civic systems is to promote social equity. This means ensuring that all members of society have access to opportunities, resources, and services, regardless of their background. Civic systems can address inequities through policies that support education, healthcare, housing, and economic development. By prioritizing equity, civic systems help create inclusive communities where everyone can thrive. Achieving social equity requires ongoing effort, collaboration, and a commitment to justice. Civic systems play a major role in supporting economic development. By providing stable governance, reliable infrastructure, and essential services, they create an environment where businesses can grow and people can prosper. Economic policies, tax structures, and investment in public goods all influence the health of the economy. Strong civic systems attract investment, foster innovation, and help communities adapt to changing economic conditions. By supporting economic development, civic systems contribute to overall well-being and prosperity. Public health is a core responsibility of civic systems. Governments and public agencies work together to prevent disease, promote healthy lifestyles, and respond to health emergencies. Public health policies, vaccination programs, and access to healthcare services are all managed within the civic system. Effective public health systems protect communities, reduce disparities, and improve quality of life. By investing in public health, civic systems help ensure the well-being of all citizens. Protecting the environment is an increasingly important function of civic systems. Governments develop policies to manage natural resources, reduce pollution, and address climate change. Environmental agencies enforce regulations and promote sustainable practices. Civic systems also encourage public participation in environmental initiatives such as recycling programs and conservation efforts. By prioritizing environmental stewardship, civic systems help ensure a healthy planet for future generations. Safety is a fundamental concern of civic systems. Police, fire departments, and emergency services work to protect people and property. Laws and regulations set standards for safety in public spaces, workplaces, and homes. Civic systems also promote disaster preparedness and coordinate responses to emergencies. By ensuring safety, civic systems create environments where people can live, work, and play without fear. Transportation systems are managed within the civic system to ensure mobility and connectivity. Governments plan, build, and maintain roads, bridges, public transit, and airports. Efficient transportation supports economic growth, reduces congestion, and improves quality of life. Civic systems also address issues like traffic safety, environmental impact, and accessibility. By investing in transportation, civic systems help people get where they need to go safely and efficiently. Education is a cornerstone of civic systems. Public schools, universities, and vocational programs are managed by government agencies to ensure access to quality education for all. Education policies set standards for curriculum, teacher qualifications, and student achievement. Civic systems also provide resources for lifelong learning and skill development. By investing in education, civic systems empower individuals, promote social mobility, and support economic growth. Culture is an integral part of civic systems. Governments support cultural institutions like museums, libraries, and arts organizations. Policies promote cultural diversity, heritage preservation, and creative expression. Civic systems also provide opportunities for public celebrations, festivals, and community events. By valuing culture, civic systems enrich community life and foster a sense of identity and belonging. Access to technology is increasingly important in modern civic systems. Governments work to expand broadband internet, provide digital literacy programs, and ensure that all citizens can benefit from technological advances. Technology access supports education, economic development, and civic participation. Civic systems must address digital divides to ensure that no one is left behind in the information age. Housing is a fundamental need addressed by civic systems. Governments develop policies to ensure affordable, safe, and accessible housing for all residents. Public agencies may provide housing assistance, regulate building standards, and support community development projects. By addressing housing needs, civic systems promote stability, health, and social equity. Infrastructure is the backbone of civic systems. Roads, bridges, water systems, and energy networks are essential for daily life and economic activity. Governments plan, build, and maintain infrastructure to support growth and resilience. Investments in infrastructure create jobs, improve quality of life, and prepare communities for future challenges. Civic systems must balance immediate needs with long-term planning to ensure sustainable development. Disaster response is a critical function of civic systems. Governments and public agencies coordinate efforts to prepare for, respond to, and recover from natural and human-made disasters. Emergency plans, early warning systems, and public education campaigns help communities stay safe. Effective disaster response saves lives, reduces damage, and speeds recovery. Civic systems must be flexible and resilient to handle unexpected events. Justice is a core value of civic systems. Courts, law enforcement, and legal aid organizations work to uphold the rule of law and protect individual rights. Civic systems ensure that laws are applied fairly and that everyone has access to justice. By promoting fairness and accountability, civic systems build trust and support social stability. Civic systems also play a role in international relations. National governments represent their countries in global organizations, negotiate treaties, and address cross-border challenges like trade, security, and climate change. International cooperation is essential for peace, prosperity, and solving global problems. Civic systems must balance national interests with global responsibilities. Innovation is essential for the growth and improvement of civic systems. Governments and public agencies invest in research, support new technologies, and encourage creative problem-solving. Innovation helps civic systems adapt to changing needs, improve services, and increase efficiency. By fostering a culture of innovation, civic systems can better serve their communities and address future challenges. Effective communication is vital for civic systems. Governments use various channels to inform the public, gather feedback, and promote transparency. Communication tools include public meetings, websites, social media, and newsletters. Clear and timely communication helps build trust, encourages participation, and ensures that everyone has access to important information. Social services are a key part of civic systems. Governments provide support for vulnerable populations, including children, the elderly, and people with disabilities. Services may include food assistance, healthcare, housing support, and counseling. By addressing social needs, civic systems promote well-being and social cohesion. Modern civic systems use a variety of tools to encourage public participation. These include online surveys, participatory budgeting, citizen advisory boards, and open data platforms. Such tools make it easier for people to share their opinions, influence decisions, and monitor government performance. By embracing new participation tools, civic systems become more inclusive and responsive. Volunteerism is a powerful force within civic systems. Volunteers contribute time, skills, and energy to support public services, community projects, and social causes. Civic systems often provide opportunities and recognition for volunteers, helping to strengthen community bonds and address local needs. By volunteering, individuals play an active role in shaping their communities and supporting the common good. Engaging young people is essential for the future of civic systems. Youth councils, student government, and service learning programs provide opportunities for young people to learn about civic life and develop leadership skills. By involving youth in decision-making, civic systems nurture the next generation of engaged citizens and leaders. As populations age, civic systems must adapt to meet the needs of older adults. Policies and programs support healthcare, housing, transportation, and social inclusion for seniors. By planning for demographic changes, civic systems ensure that all generations can participate fully in community life. Diversity is a strength of civic systems. Inclusive policies and practices ensure that people of all backgrounds, cultures, and identities can participate and contribute. Civic systems celebrate diversity through cultural events, anti-discrimination laws, and representation in decision-making. By embracing diversity, communities become more vibrant, innovative, and resilient. In summary, civic systems are the foundation of organized society. They provide the structure, services, and opportunities that enable communities to thrive. By understanding how civic systems work and participating actively, we can help build stronger, more just, and more resilient societies. Whether through voting, volunteering, or simply staying informed, every action counts. Civic systems rely on the engagement and commitment of all citizens to achieve their full potential.